Welcome back to the garage again today, guys. We've got a video that's kind of all over the place today. We've got a few things to talk about. So first off, after painting the garage, I wanted to get my jack stands off the floor. I have 4 in total. I was watching some videos on YouTube a few nights ago before I paint. Well, a few nights before I painted, and I saw this guy was doing a garage rehab, and he had found some hangers online for his jack stands. So I found some on Amazon. They were like $9 for a pack of 4. I was like, awesome. They don't fit. So if you've got some of the Daytona jack stands and you're looking at jack stand hangers that are similar to these, they're not going to work. So it's supposed to slide into here. I tried everything. The only way it works is taking the whole top piece out completely, which having to store that somewhere else defeats the purpose of hanging them and getting them off the floor, because now they're in basically in 2 separate areas. So that didn't work. So if you've got those and we're thinking about hanging them on the wall, you might want to look a little bit deeper into your options. The next thing I have is this Armstrong little TV stand, well, wall mount from Harbor Freight. It was normally $14.99. They had a coupon where it is $7.99. I went to Harbor Freight today. It's their free bucket day, and I had gotten some other stuff too, including this 1.5 gallon pump sprayer. Reason I bought that is every time I buy like insect spray for around the house, I always buy the one with the little like battery powered sprayer on it, so you're not sitting there pumping like that over and over, because that gets tiring on the wrist and your hand, and they never seem to work right. So I bought that pump sprayer so I can pour the chemicals in there, pump it up, and not have to worry about the sprayer's not working. So anyway, back to this now. After I paid and everything, I realized, I was like, damn, I forgot to give the guy the coupon. So I told him, like, hey, I forgot to give you the coupon. And he's like, oh, kind of all welling me on it. So I'm like, all right, well then, there was no one in line. They weren't busy. I'm like, can I do a return on it and give you the coupon and pay for it that way? And he's all huffing and puffing. What he eventually does is, so got it for $7, which is great. I have a small TV I'll have here in a couple of weeks. It's somewhere else right now. And I'm gonna put that out here in the garage. So next thing we got is this solar powered light from Costco. It was like $20 to normally like $30 or $40 or something like that. I was waiting to catch them on sale. So I was there yesterday getting some other odds and ends, and I saw it and I'm like, hell yeah. So picked it up, and we're gonna install that today on the side of the house. So I don't live in a bad area or anything like that. It's just the side of the house gets dark at night, and we live in one of those areas where the driveway is in the back and an alley, and people like to cut through the sides of the houses and everything like that. And for me, it's more of just not a deterrent, but more lighting and things like that. So we're gonna get into that today. So right off the bat, let's open this guy up, see what it's all about. I've had a few of them previously from Costco, and they've been good. They've lasted me a few years, so I'm not expecting any less out of this one. And if it does have any issues, they've got a great return policy, so just take it back. Let's see what comes in the box. Like all of these solar lights, a little paper that says it's going to take 12 hours for it to fully charge. People always buy them and they're like, oh, they don't work, whatever, and it's gotta give it some time. So that, instructions, but we don't need these. Not only do we hardly ever read instructions around here, but I've also installed plenty of these in the past. I've done 3 of them around my house because it's a lot easier to do this instead of paying someone to run wire and everything like that. So what I will do, this is the solar panel right here, by the way, is while I'm getting ready to mount the actual bracket to the side of the house, which is this piece here, I'm going to buy me a little time and plug the solar panel into the light, leave it out in the driveway in the sun, let it get some kind of a charge while we're waiting. So let's see how this goes. So going to mount it basically like that. Swivels so you can go upside down, which is pretty cool. Actually, you know what? I think that'll work. Because where I'm thinking about mounting it, the house is mostly brick, and there's some areas with wood. So thinking I can either mount it up like that with these. No, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna have to play with it a little bit to see. So okay, so this is going to be the location where I'm deciding to install the light. It's going to go right at that seam over here, kind of knocking on the board over there, and it sounds like there is a stud behind it, and it's also like screwed in, so there's got to be something there. So I'm going to kind of straddle it in between the two and go from there. There's a lot of background noise. The air condenser's on right now, but we're using the trash can or the recycling can as a bit of a workstation. So I've got the bracket that's going to mount first, and then the light clicks into that. Got the solar panel plugged into the light, so we're getting some kind of a charge. Got some drill bits, the drill, and some actual bits to drill pilot holes for the screws and the hardware that came with it. I'm thinking about mounting the solar panel to the gutter. We'll see how that works out, but that's basically the best view of the sun because east is that way, this is south, and we get full sun all day over there. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to mount it to one of the crossbars on the gutters, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, so I marked where I'm going to be drilling my holes first, and we're going to get that going, and then we are going to start mounting the bracket, followed by the light, followed by the actual solar panel itself. I still drill through this even though I marked it because I'm paranoid, so. Should mount up. Let's double check the direction just to make sure I don't put this on backwards, and then I'm gonna have a hard time mounting the light, so. Right. So in my case, I have it mounted where the flat side is going to go up against the house. All right, pilot holes are drilled. Let's get 2 screws in there, and then we'll slide the light on, see how it looks. Hopefully it's good. I don't feel like drilling more holes into the house. Both of those are in. Now we are going to get the light unplugged from the solar panel, and then we will put that up next. So this plugs in at the top right here. And I don't know if I showed you earlier, I don't know if you can see this. It's got the 100% brightness off, 50% low, medium, high, and then test 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and 120 seconds. I'm going to set it to 60 seconds. It's going to go on high, but we're leaving it on off so it can charge. Now let's get this up there, and then we'll mess with the light angle. Perfect. So that's there. We'll probably go something like that. Does this tilt anymore? See, I have to tilt these down more in order to tilt that. It's kind of weird, but I think we're gonna be good that way. So I'm gonna have light going towards the front, towards the back, straight this way. And it's angled down, so hopefully that's enough to illuminate the area. Either way, I do have another light right over here. So next we're gonna go with putting the solar panel up now, which is probably gonna be a little tough. I'm gonna move the camera to the shade. Okay. There we go. So now we're gonna go with the solar panel and see how that does. I'm gonna use the same screws. I'm gonna see if I can screw them into the brackets on the gutters. Hopefully it lets me. If not, we've got zip ties. And now we're obviously gonna have to run the cord down, but I wanna get this set up first. Good thing about working by the gutters is I got a little workstation right here, so I can put everything down on them. Kind of wish these were self-tappers because I doubt they're gonna go through this metal, so I'm gonna have to drill into that next. Shouldn't be too hard, but it probably won't be that easy either. I can't drill it into the drip edge either because the shingles are in the way. So, coming back down. So I drilled one hole into the little bracket up there. I don't really have anywhere to mount the camera up there, so that's why I'm not bringing you up. But I have one hole mounted, well, one hole drilled through. I'm gonna mount one screw, and then I'll drill the other one once I know everything's lined up for sure. And then we can angle the solar panel where we need it and start running some wire. Get this screw going in there. It's a little hard to line up, but we're getting there. All right. Perfect. There's that. No, I didn't take into account aiming this. I think I poo-pooed that one a little bit, so I might have to aim straight up. Unless this way, or I think we're gonna end up going straight up with it, straight up at the sky. And then we'll go from there. We don't get too much traffic through here. It's more of just a secondary light to the one I have over there, and a little bit more light up front here towards the front of the house anyway, so you go make adjustments in the future if it doesn't work out for whatever reason. I might even just drill through the gutters and aim it like that, which I probably should have done in the first place, but here's to hoping that this will work first and we don't have to do it. Okay, so that is tight. And that is good. And we can run the wire once I get all my bits and screws and everything out of the gutter, because I don't want that to wash out during the next storm and then suddenly someone's got a flat tire and it's all because of me. So I actually think I don't even have to uncoil that cable. It is hot out here. I think it's like in the upper 80s, which is crazy. It's only May 16th. So I want to see how I can do this where it doesn't look awful with just wire everywhere. So I have wood right here. I'll probably staple it to that. Staple that there. And then come around and plug in. We should plug in first, I guess. That way I'm not, like I said earlier, putting any unnecessary holes in the house. There we go, so that's plugged in. That's gonna go like that. Keep the wire as tight as we can. And I think we should be okay. If not, we can just staple here and then staple here just behind the light. Kind of tuck it maybe. We'll mess with it a little bit. I'll shut you guys off right now. I don't want to bore you with my overthinking, so I'll shut you off for a little bit. Once I get it mapped out to where I want to be, I'll bring you guys back over. So I actually thought of something a little less elegant, but seems to work. So that big bundle of wires, I wound up sticking between the back of the gutters and the house. It seems like there's enough pressure in there that I can just slip them in and nothing should fall out. And then I can just staple this cable to here, or go a little tighter and bring it to there. And then this one will go right up here. And we should be looking all right. So we got a little sacrilege going on. We got the yellow and black and the red and black on the same pocket. So let's get that out of the way. And try not to fall or give you guys a free show, because I normally charge for that kind of thing. Right through the wire, like always. I gotta pull that, tape it, and try again. Always something. And I'm back. If you ever need something that does a really good job at pulling staples, these Milwaukee wire cutters and strippers are awesome. They've got the little, I don't know if you can see it, the little, come on, focus. They got little grippy things. There you go. Little grippy things in there that can actually grab onto the staples and pull them out. So I will say this: if that was Milwaukee, I wouldn't have gone through the wire. But I'm too cheap to buy the M12 one because I can't justify paying for that, being that I don't really do that much stapling. So let's tape it now. Make sure nothing gets into that wire. and then we'll try it again. Where we at? There you go. Man, if that doesn't say DIYer, I don't know what does. But done it plenty of times on the other ones. You would think I would have learned already how this staple gun works or where it's going through, but I don't know. It's always seems to be in a different spot every time I use it. So it's me. I know it's me. I'm not going to blame the tool. It's me. But anyway, we are going to give that a second try. Hopefully this time it works. And I'm going to offset a little more. Let's dial this up a little more. We'll try that. Ready, and here goes nothing. Wow, it almost looks like I know what I'm doing this time. Almost like I didn't want to make a mistake again. And then this one, that's metal. I don't really want to let that hang. I think that looks tacky. Let's see, I might be able to tuck it in the back with the rest of that bundle. So don't mind me doing my acrobatics up here on the ladder instead of getting down and reclimbing, because, you know, I want to save some steps today. Let's see. I might actually, no, it's too thin. Push that up a little more. You know what? We're gonna maybe zip tie this right here like that. That way it's kind of tight and it's just looks like a couple of wires. And I've got my Milwaukee flush cut cutters, so at least if I'm ever up here messing with it again, I'm not gonna slash myself open with the end of a cut zip tie, because if you've been cut by a zip tie, you know those things are brutal. There we go. Got enough slack in here for you. And we'll give you a cut. There we have it. Not beautiful by any means, but functional, and that's what we're going for. So, well, that's all the time we have today. So if you're into this kind of video, give us a like and a subscribe on the channel, and I appreciate you guys stopping by today. This isn't all I do. I really do enjoy camping. I just haven't had a chance to this year because I'm kind of in a full-time student status right now with work. Kind of been in that since January of this year, and got a little bit longer to go with that. But once the weather does cool down, we are going to go camping. I know it sounds weird. We're early in the season. It's only May. But we are in Texas, and it gets hot here quick, and it stays hot here for a long time. So we're looking forward to the fall. We'll have some cooler weather. We'll have a baby with us, and we can get him into some camping fever. So appreciate you guys hanging out. Give us a like, give us a follow, and we'll catch you on the next one.